The Art Fair Director of ManilArt 2024, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to today's press conference. We are delighted to be here in the vibrant city of Taguig, our gracious host for today's event. A warm thank you goes out to our friends and media partners, many of whom have supported us from the very beginning, 16 years ago. Your continued presence and partnership mean the world to us. Today, we'll be unveiling the exciting announcements and key activities planned for ManilArt 2024, which will once again coincide with the celebration of Museums and Galleries Month this October. This national event unites public and private institutions to promote greater awareness and appreciation of the visual arts. Before we proceed, allow me to introduce Team ManilArt 2024, each of whom will guide you through the different segments of today's program. To start, I'd like to invite our esteemed head curator, artist, and gallerist, Mr. Danny Reyes del Sol, to share the core activities we have lined up for this year.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone, and our esteemed guests. Now, ManilArt is designed to be more than just an art fair, but what it is an immersive experience for all attendees. Our educational programming will include workshops and seminars led by top cultural experts and artists. So, on-site activities will encourage participation from diverse audience, while curated exhibitions and VIPs events will create an exclusive experience for collectors and patrons. So you see, the art fair has been used very loosely. That's why we are trying to make a difference here in ManilArt. The educational series, for example, to be held and supported by the Department of Tourism and Museo Orlina, include talk on creative industries, an act championed by Top de Venecia, a talk on art and stigma reduction with Felix Alquiros as well, a teacher training seminar by Abe Orobia, with a topic in art in colonial period, and the talk panel about economic rights, duties and obligation with the rector Emerson Cuyo. The Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, and featuring the guest panels of galleries, artists, and legal practitioners. There will also be an artist-led open panel discussion on the role of artificial intelligence in creativity, supporting special exhibition titled The Art in the Age of AI. This year's calendar is packed with exciting programming, to which we would like to invite all of you to all these activities. So, and of course, the details of all of these things that I'm talking about will be on the press kit and in the QR code. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ManilArt 2024.
Next, I'd like to introduce one of our founding members and longtime exhibitors. For those who may not know, ManilArt is made up of professional gallerists who are part of the National Committee on Art Galleries of the NCCA. Their involvement is entirely voluntary, each member serving as a sector representative in a spirit of collaboration. This particular individual has been dedicated to ManilArt for as long as I can remember, selflessly serving as our Exhibitor Relations Director. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Rio Ambrosio.
Thank you, God. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rio Ambrosio, and I'm happy to present this year's exhibitors for ManilArt 2024. We have a stellar group stellar lineup of professional galleries representing artists continue to push the boundaries of creativity and innovation. This exhibition showcase the best of the Filipino art scene, and we're excited to see their work come to life again this year. I'm proud to say that the ManilArt also nurtures and encourages new art galleries to add to its roster, pursuing its mandate to make the local gallery scene more diverse, vibrant, and raise the level of professionalism all around. With 34 exhibitors in over 40 booths, ManilArt 2024 will collectively present over 260 artists over our 5-day fair, all under one roof. So please do come and join us and continue to support ManilArt. Thank you, and thank you for coming.
Last but certainly not least, I'd like to introduce the founder and president of the ManilArt Foundation. Her vision and leadership have been the driving force behind the success of ManilArt, and we are thrilled to have her with us today. Please introduce Ms. Amy Loster.
Good afternoon once again. I am Amy Loster, co-founder of ManilArt Fair since its inception from the National Committee on Art Galleries 16 years ago. For the past years, we've headlined the celebration of Museums and Galleries Month. As proof of the vibrance of the local visual art scene, not only do we have ManilArt, but a thriving art scene in the regions, as shown by regional fairs, including Mindanao Art, Visayas Art, and Luzon Art Fair. We also forged partnerships with exhibitions around the country and beyond, expanding the reach of Filipino art to new audiences and bringing a global perspective to our local artists. Let me introduce the representatives of each exhibit to invite you to their exciting show. First off, I'd like to call on our partner satellite show for the 20th Annual Sculpture Review at the Marco Polo Ortigas. Marco Polo is also a sponsor of ManilArt 2024 and a partner with our satellite exhibit. Could I ask the representative of Marco Polo, please introduce yourself as well.
Thank you very much, Ms. Amy. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Melissa Ferrer. I am the Director of Communications for Marco Polo Ortigas, Manila. Marco Polo Ortigas is proud to host a satellite show of the 20th Annual Sculpture Review and support National Museums and Galleries Month. We pride ourselves as being an entertainment and cultural hotspot in the city of Pasig. On October 16, we shall be unveiling a new lobby piece, a 12-foot brass sculpture by Filipino sculptor Jig Villanueva entitled Providence. This work shows our pride in Filipino artistry as a world-class Marco Polo brand embraces local talent with an artwork in keeping with our values of industriousness, resiliency, and care for the environment. Providence will be unveiled on October 16, and I'd like to invite you all to join us on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to call on our other satellite shows, and I will have our curator, Mr. Danny Rice, also introduce them to you.
Hello. Okay. Sorry. Okay. We have several satellite exhibitions. This is because not everybody could be here in Taguig or in Manila to experience the ManilArt. That's why the satellite shows that we have is designed as an extension of ManilArt. So this year, we start off with an international partner. And ManilArt is extended in many parts of Europe, in France, in Netherlands, in Brussels, as well as in Germany. The title is Philippinism. And if I may introduce Mr. Epistola, to say something about our Philippinism.
My name is Frederick Epistula. I am the project head of Biyahe program of Cons Filipino. For over 30 years, Cons Filipino, Mr. Virgilio Quezon, has been dedicated to bringing Filipino artists to Europe to showcase their work. We have now institutionalized this effort to the Biyahe exhibition series. Just yesterday, 4 of our artists, Nino Chris Odosis, Joseph Albao, Ian Maigan, and Windsor Magnaye, flew to Europe to participate in the satellite exhibitions of ManilArt in Connecting Humans Art Gallery in Breda, Netherlands, Business Art Fair in Paris, France, St. Giles Exhibition Center in Brussels, Belgium, St. Camillus Exhibition Center in Essen, Germany. We believe that through the partnership between Cons Filipino and ManilArt Foundation, we can not only promote local artists but also highlight our rich cultural heritage to the international cultural community.
Thank you very much, Mr. Estola. And we look forward, of course, we look forward for more partnership in other parts of the world as well. So this time we have in Europe, maybe in the coming years, we would have we will be represented in the North America and in the South America as well. But anyway, next stop is our satellite exhibition in Cavite, featuring Caviteño artists at the Alfonso or Ricardo's gallery. So may I call on Mr. Ricardo Hernandez to say something about this refracted lights of the Caviteño artist.
Thank you very much, Danny. Yes, we will have our satellite exhibit in our farm. It's called Ricardo's Gallery Al Fresco. Fairly new in the art scene, but we were very much encouraged, me as an owner, because of the pure talent of Filipinos, not only in dance, not only in singing and music, but as well as visual art. So I dedicated part of the area for enhancing the love for Filipino art. Magagaling tayo. We will be opening our refracted light exhibit, satellite exhibit, on Sunday. This coming Sunday, everyone is invited. It will be held at 4:30 in the afternoon, so fairly comfortable for most people. We will be showing also the art of bonsai that will enhance the love for Filipino for nature, for our nature, as well as we'll be probably opening already the installation of one of our we call this special sculpture done by one of the artisans of the Castrillos before. So good afternoon, and it will run pala for 3 weeks. So everyone is welcome to come anytime.
Okay, so you are all welcome to visit Ricardo's Gallery Cafe at Alfonso, no? In the Alfonso?
In Madeo, Cavite.
Amadeo Cavite.
Cavite.
All right. Thank you very much. And of course, we also have our satellite exhibition at the Gallery du Soleil and Rise del Sol Museum and Gallery. And to tell you more about it, let us welcome Ms. Pia Dakanay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Pia Dakanay, one of the founding members of the Taguig Artist Group. So our group started primarily as a small group of artists, including the first and only ostrich sculpture artist of the Philippines and our founder, Mr. Danny Reyes del Sol. And their Taguig Artist Group was finally created. And we promised to be a driving force in the arts industry, and we want the Taguig Artist Group or the Taguig City to be one of the cradles of arts in the Philippines. And this coming October 4, we're gonna have our opening exhibit at Gallery de Soleil. Gallery de Soleil will feature the artist group. We have members from different walks of life. We have people who are already working in the arts industry, housewives like me, public school teachers, people with Parkinson's disease. That's why also Rise Do Sol Gallery will be featuring Mr. Elmer Garceta. He has Parkinson's disease, but he will be showing us some of his artworks, showing his travels in life. And most of his artworks were inspired by his childhood from Pateros, his travels to Tokyo and Manila. So we would like to invite each and one of you all. Let's just enjoy and have a great time. And we wish everyone the best of everything. Good afternoon and God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tina Zahanay, for the insightful show.
One of the highlights of ManilArt 24 is the much anticipated book launch and exhibition of the legendary glass sculptor Ramon Orlina. Written by the renowned art writer and critic Sid Reyes and book designed by artist Dombi Toblon, the book celebrates Ramon Orlina's 50-year illustrious career. Now let's take a moment to watch a preview video showcasing this much anticipated book.
It starts with just a dream, an idea.
I would describe it as a museum without walls. Within the pages of this massive book, you will see the lifetime's work of a great artist, a great Filipino sculptor. A sculptor who broke ground, who broke the barrier of material, who discovered glass that has never been used before by any other sculptor.
It's a compilation of what I did all these 50 years.
More than just being a collector's item as a record of Mr. Orlina's major achievements, we would like this book to be an inspiration to the Filipino youth. The life of Mr. Orlina, the achievement of Mr. Orlina, is a great inspiration for the young Filipino artists who want to achieve things beyond the challenges that confront them. As an inspiration to the Filipino youth, this book by Mr. Orlina will bring the young artists of the Philippines to greater heights.
Let us now welcome Mr. Ramon Orlina.
Dear media partners, thank you for attending this press conference for the launching of my book, Ramon Orlina, Vision in Glass. Your support means a lot to me, as I'm grateful to share with you the special project with you. I look forward for a continued partnership to make this book a success. This book is a celebration of almost 5 decades of my journey in art. It's a project of the Museo Orlina for its 10th year anniversary. Special thanks to my amazing book team, Mr. Sid Reyes, my patience and talented artist, writer, also is an artist. Topic of one, right now is at here. My experience and creative book designer, Sid, Dopey, and I go a long way back in our friendship. Book Peñas, book. The hard-working and talented staff who was in charge of collating and enhancing the images. Cedric Baño, our flawless copy editor. Glenn Cuevo, my curator of the art and a staff friend. My wife Leanne, who poured love in every aspect. Special mention to my book printer, the GA Printer Incorporated, for their patience in quality printing. Of course, the ManilArt and the NCCA for sponsoring this venue for the launch. Amy and Drops for helping us in every detail of this launch. Thank you, God, for providing us our every need. May this book bring glad, the glory and joy and inspiration to the readers. Thank you, and please enjoy the afternoon with us.
Our next guest, we have someone who has made an extraordinary impact in the Philippine art scene. He is the distinguished author of 5 national artists, including Arturo Luz and Benca, and has penned over 40 influential art books. A multi-awarded critic and accomplished painter, his work continues to shape the understanding and appreciation of Philippine art. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sid Reyes.
Thank you. Allow me to speak to you directly instead of reading from a note. Not very unlike most writers that carry notepads all the time. But you know what? When I'm asked to share an experience with someone or with you, I feel I'm more connected in a more friendly, intimate manner when I speak to you directly from the experience of writing the book of Mr. Ramon Orlina. It's a strange feeling always to attend the launching of a book, and having been blessed with and trust of several national artists and very esteemed artists to write the story of their lives and their art. It is always a journey into the mind and heart and spirit of an artist. Writing an art book is a strange experience because each artist is an individual different from the others. And it's important that you have a familiarity with the artistic experience. And you know, they say artists, they have their own world. So difficult to talk to them. You cannot get anything out of them. And they always tell you, just look at my paintings, I have nothing to say. I have said everything in my paintings, bahala ka na. So, you know, it's difficult for, the greatest challenge is for a critic, for a writer, to hear the words, bahala ka na, from an artist. Those words, so Filipino, entrust everything to you, you know, a lifetime's work, an entire life wherein the first awareness of art, the first moment when the idea of art and being moved by art came into their life. Most often during childhood, very often, many times, encountered many challenges, and even traumas, family, domestic challenges. And then you realize when you do write the life of an artist, how each one, for me, is a filmic material. And I mean that. Each one has a story to tell. Each one has a unique, specific challenge to encounter and to surmount and to survive. But always, they never gave up. They found other means of feeding their families, sending their children to school, paying the rent. They found odd jobs, but never ever did they give up the passion for art making. Starting with the national artists who, when they were working on their art, never imagined themselves that they were going to be national artists. And that, to me, is a very humbling experience to hear this great Filipino artist. At that time when I was talking to them, they had no sense of their importance in the historical history, the story of Philippine art. He was an artist, for example, who just struggled to do what he wants to do, and despite many challenges and difficulties and hindrances, he would pursue his art. Now, in the case of Mr. Rolina, the challenge, of course, is the material itself. No one in the history of this country has ever worked on the material of glass. Having had experience of writing the book of national artist for sculpture, Napoleon La Cueva, I had a bit of education on the nature of stone, metal, bronze, you name it, wood. And you learn, it's an educational process. But with glass, that is the most intimidating material of all, because, I mean, let's face it, our experience of glass is nothing more than just drinking vessels or car windshields or window panes. And beyond that, you never think of glass as art. Of course, we're familiar with the nice, cute, expensive figurines available in the high-end luxury shops in Makati. But beyond that, when you think of glass as something that Michelangelo can carve on, was totally inconceivable. And for me, it was a unnerving moment when you have to confront the material, to write about the material which you know nothing about. And but in that process, I was helped tremendously by none other than Mrs. Leanne Orlina, who, of course, is the archivist, the legacy of Roman Orlina. She has all the records. She has a photographic memory, and of course she has all the documents, if memory fails, to remember events and galleries and people and places. Not to forget that Mr. Orlina's works have traveled the four corners of the world. So can you imagine that? It is, you hardly know where to start to find a particular piece. And you may be shown a photograph of a piece and never know that it's probably in Hong Kong or in Paris or in South America. That is the extent of the work of a Filipino sculptor named Roman Orlina. And well, in the question and answer, probably I'll be able to share many more things with you in detail. But allow me to say that the greatest privilege and pleasure and honor of writing this book is working with a Filipino who only thought of being faithful to the promise of his passion for art. And he has his own, as the book narrates, he has his own, he had his own challenges, with material, but all of that has been surmounted thanks to dedication and passion and commitment of this particular Filipino, who, in my humble opinion, is a national treasure. Thank you.